So we'll be covering all the important topics. Okay. Uh, do let me know if you see any issues with the stream, or if everything is looking good. We can start the stream. Please do message in the chat. Yeah. Okay. I think we are all live now. Please do like the stream, guys. We have only 60 likes. Let's try to get to at least 50, 60 likes. So when we are discussing the important topics, the way I want to focus is I'll do a clear analysis of CAT 2022 across the three sections. First, we'll be looking at verbal section, then we'll be looking at LRDI, and then we'll be looking at quant. So if you're looking at across the three slots, we'll first try to understand what are the topics of the RCs. I'll also discuss some of the people have asked this question about the sources of RC. So I'll give you that list of the sources of RC for CAT 2022 in this stream. And tomorrow we'll be releasing a blog where we'll actually show you the actual passages from which they have been taken, so that you'll get a good idea. Okay, Himanshu is saying good evening, sir. Hi, Himanshi. Hi, Krishna. Krishna also is saying good evening. Vishnu Srivardhan is saying I have been following you for 3 years. Thanks a lot, Vishnu. I hope that you have found our streams and our website very useful for you. Riya Khanna is saying, hi sir, good evening. Good evening, Riya. I noticed that you also come to our stream very regularly, so that's good. Krishna Khanna is saying, following daily targets. Yeah, definitely follow daily targets. They're very, very good. In my opinion, they're the best resources that any student will have when they're preparing for CAT. In daily targets, we give one test in quant, one test in LRDA, and one test in verbal, all of them with detailed video solutions, and they benefit students quite a lot. In fact, that is the reason thousands of students take a daily target every single day. If you look at the number of daily targets taken any day, we actually publish that number on our CAT homepage. It will be definitely over 2000. Every single day, more than 2000 daily targets are taken by students. So you can imagine how helpful they actually are. Vishnuvardhan is saying I had 97 percentile thrice. That's good, Vishnuvardhan, but try to increase it to 99, because the difference between 97 and 99 as far as a student is concerned is very, very little. It is just based on consistency. It is based on taking mocks well, keeping your composure on the day of the examination. So these are the small things that you'll have to work on to increase your percentile from 97 to 99. Vishnu Srivardhan is saying, planning to join Cracku this month? Yeah, definitely. I know that Cracku course benefits students quite a lot. In fact, recently when all the IIMs have given their final converts, we were inundated with messages from our successful students, and I felt very happy when I was reading any message. Every day in the morning I get a message that somebody has converted IIM Bangalore, somebody has converted IIM Ahmedabad, and how they really benefited from the videos of Saili and our daily targets. So whenever I see that kind of a message, it lights up my entire day. I feel that whatever effort we have been putting for the last 8-9 years is completely worthwhile. Because if we played a small part in somebody getting into IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Calcutta, you know that their life has changed tremendously, and we have played a small part in it. So it feels very, very satisfying. Hello sir, I've been following you regularly. Good job. Thanks a lot, Mohan. Himanshi is saying, sir, I've been unable to take daily targets. Please do send us a mail. There is that WhatsApp number, right? Please do send a WhatsApp to that and we will get in touch with you. Drama Kalakar is saying, hi Cracku team, thanks to your videos and lectures, I converted IIM Nagpur and IIM Sambalpur, also waitlisted in IIM Shillong. Thanks a lot, Drama Kalakar. I hope you actually convert IIM Shillong, and if you don't convert also, I hope that you do well in the institutes that you have converted. Okay, let us look at CAT 2022 paper. Let us first look at the verbal section. Because many people actually wonder what the sources are. It is not very difficult to find the sources, but let us look at it in detail. So if you're looking at CAT 2022, in slot 1, there have been, the first title was Stoicism, the second one was about copy concepts of Chinese, the third one was stories concerning the undead, and the fourth one was on technology and democracy. These are the 4 passages in CAT 2022 slot 1. If you can categorize them across topics, one of them is a philosophy topic, the other one is an informative topic, third one is a historical topic, and the fourth one was a technology topic. Now, if you look at it in all the 3 slots, there is at least one topic in science and technology, and there is at least one topic on history. these two seem to be repeating. If you're looking at slot 2, for example, one of them was a scientific reading comprehension, another one was a technology based reading comprehension, third one was a philosophical reading comprehension, and the fourth one was a cultural reading comprehension. The titles were, the first one was about octopus, the second one was about social dualism, third one was philosophy of social sciences, and the fourth one was music making. So again, in slot 2, you have one scientific RC, one technology RC. So both of them are actually science and technology related. There were two RCs in slot 2. There was one RC in philosophy and one RC on society and culture. You are now getting a sense of what are the important topics. If you're looking at slot 3, again, if you're looking at the topics of the reading comprehension, one was about interpretations of Indian past. This is clearly a history-based RC. The second one was sociology of crime, which is like a society-based, societal, cultural kind of a thing. The third one was based on nature. This is again a science and technology-based RC. The last one was automation and the impact on humans. Again, a technology-based RC. If you look at the 3 slots, at least one RC was asked on science and technology. At least one that happened in slot 1. And in slot 2 and slot 3, there were 2 RCs. 2 out of 4 RCs were on science and technology. And in all the 3 slots, there is at least one RC which is either based on society in general or any cultural changes that are happening in day-to-day world. Some RCs were asked on history. So now if you are trying to understand, if you are trying to focus on doing well in verbal section, what is the most important topic in verbal section? This is known to everyone. Reading comprehension has, I think, around 16 out of 24 questions are in reading comprehension, which is close to 67%. And if you are actually doing well in reading comprehension, that rubs off even on the verbal section. Somebody who's good at reading comprehension also does well in para jumbles, para completions, because the way a sentence flows or the way a passage flows, this person is actually quite good at. And many of the topics which are asked in para summaries are also based on similar passages that are asked in reading comprehension. And in reading comprehension, what have we learned? If you're looking at the distribution of the RCs in CAT 2022, what did we learn? What we learned is science and technology is very, very important. The second thing you learn is history, philosophy, and maybe society or cultural changes that are happening in day-to-day world. These seem to be a trend. Now, how are you going to improve on this? The way to improve upon it is at least read one passage on science and technology every day. Because when you get a passage in science and technology, it can be any science and technology. It can be about traveling to the moon. It can be about some biology. It can be about something which is related to healthcare. It can be anything. But any science and technology article that you're reading will definitely help you on the day of the examination. Because there is a chance that if you read something about, say, like we just discussed, traveling to the moon, and a passage comes on the day of the examination which is about, say, SpaceX, or it is about traveling to Mars, or about any of the Elon Musk companies, or about ISRO and the satellites that they send to the orbit. Any of these topics that you get, if you are reading topics which are related to space travel, you will immediately be able to concentrate better on the passage that is given. You need not really know what the passage actually says, but if it is a topic about whom you have read some articles earlier, then you would be able to concentrate better. If it is a topic which is completely alien to you, suppose you have never read anything about history, you are say not at all interested in history, and suppose there is a historical article on, say, Chola Empire, then you would be completely taken aback. You don't know where they belong to, you don't know which century they belong to, you don't really know what is the hierarchy. All of this is not known, so you are reading all of this for the first time, so it is quite possible that you feel overwhelmed. So you are not able to concentrate well. But suppose you are a history buff, suppose you know a lot about the ancient Indian kings or great Indian kings, and you have a decent idea about Cholas. You don't really need to know a lot about them, you don't really need to know which centuries they lived in. But say you have read 1 or 2 articles, you know that they were based out of, say, Tamil Nadu. You have some idea, you knew that they were a naval power. You read some article here and there, and say there is a article on one of the big Chola empires. Then you will be immediately interested. When it comes in the passage, you would not be overwhelmed. You feel that, okay, I know something about it. This is an article based on something that I have some idea about. So you'll be able to concentrate better. And then that will focus on, that will change how much time you spend reading the article. Your accuracy will also improve. Your confidence also will improve, because you feel that this is suddenly you'll feel this is an easy RC. Many people feel when they come out of the examination hall, they say that, okay, this verbal section had very difficult RCs. It is not difficult RC. It is basically an RC about the topic of which certain people didn't have any idea about, because it is from a dry subject, say. So all I am saying is, if you're looking at verbal section in reading comprehension, it is very important that you read science and technology RCs regularly. 1. Second, if you have more time, definitely try to read historical RCs. You don't need to read historical articles. You just need to read some articles based on history every day. And definitely read at least 1-2 articles on science and technology. This is as far as verbal section is concerned. The important topics, in my opinion, are science and technology, very important. History. Third is philosophy. And finally, if you can get some articles on, say, what are the societal changes that are happening? What are the cultural changes that are happening? Is there any generation gap? These kind of articles that you see on some editorial somewhere, definitely go through them. If you're coming across the important sources, IIMA essays, Scientific American, nextnature.net, some Wall Street Journal articles, these are basically the sources for CAT 2022's RCs. It is not necessary that you will get RCs again based from the same websites, but the kind of RCs that are asked will definitely be the same. That I am quite certain. They might change here and there a little, the weightage might change, but overall they won't change quite a lot. So focus on the topics, focus on doing it on a consistent basis. This is what I would advise you. Okay guys, we have more than 50 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream guys. I want to get to at least say 50 likes before the stream ends. Let me look at some of the questions that you have. After that, we'll go to the next section, which is LRDI. Human version 2.0 is saying CAT mocks and sectionals for rupees 999. Link please. Yeah, we are having an offer today where you can get the CAT mocks and sectionals for rupees 999. The link to enroll to it is given. You can go ahead and enroll if you are interested. Note that this will have only text solutions, not the video solutions. Atisha is saying, sir, I am not able to deal with number system. Number system, in my opinion, is not a very important topic. Focus, you still have time. You can watch the videos that we have. Saili has made some very, very good concept videos on number systems. Definitely do check them out. Okay, let me look at some of the questions. Keshav Agarwal is saying, I want to give CAT in 2024. Should I start preparation now? I think it is definitely not a bad idea to start preparation now. I would recommend you to try to finish the portion as soon as possible and start solving questions as and when you can. Solving questions is very, very important. You have good amount of time. You have close to 18 months for CAT 2024. So make the best use of it. What I would definitely tell you though is that don't avoid your graduation scores. I am assuming you're still in college, so ensure that you make the best use of the last 3 semesters or 3 semesters or 2 semesters that are left for you, and try to increase your grad score as high as possible. That also is in your hands. So it is very important because it has a weightage in the final selection. So make good use of even that. Shaktivel is saying, sir, suggest some ways to be consistent on the CAT preparations. So I made a video today about students procrastinating. Many students actually tell us that they're very worried about procrastinating. They set a target for themselves, but somehow on the day they feel lazy and they don't do it. And this kind of thing accumulates. So to be consistent, what I would tell you is one thing. Okay, try to set a minimum goal. The minimum goal should be very small, but try to study every day. Now, even if you study for 15 minutes, that is fine. Even if you solve one LRDI set, that is fine. If you solve one reading comprehension set, that's fine. If you answer 5 questions in quant, that is fine. Anything is fine as long as you are doing it on a day-to-day basis. Every single day you have to do it. Now, some days when you are able to study more, do it, maybe study for 2-3 hours. But some days when you are very busy or very tired, you came home from work, you are very tired, it's 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. You had dinner, now you want to just sit and watch some web series. That is fine, there is nothing wrong with that. But ensure that you solve 5 quant questions before you start the web series. That's all I'm asking. Because the next day you feel that, okay, yesterday I put that effort, I've solved 5 questions in quant, let me do it again, today also. And whenever you get a weekend or whenever you don't have a lot of work, then you don't feel guilty, you'll immediately start working and making use of it. The problem is when you don't study for 3-4 days, that inertia accumulates. You feel that, okay, anyways, I'm not going to clear CAT. Anyways, I'm not going to do well. So what is the point? Let me just rest. That kind of an attitude is going to seep in if you don't study for a few days. Now, another good resource for you to maintain that habit of studying every single day, practicing every single day, is the Cracku daily targets. The reason they are taken by thousands of students, like I told you earlier, is to maintain that consistency. Anybody who is a serious aspirant for CAT knows the importance of consistency. So what they do is they try to ensure that that streak that is there on daily targets is kept alive. So somebody was taken daily targets for the last 10 days. On the 11th day, he feels that, okay, I know I'm tired, but let me do the daily targets. Once I do the daily targets, even if I don't do anything else, that is okay, because today has been a tough day. Today has been a busy day, so I'll rest. But before I rest, I want to at least do the daily targets. Daily targets are quite easy. They have one test in quant, one test in LRD, and one test in verbal. They have video solutions, but if you're tired and you can't watch the video solutions, that's also fine. Just take the test and give your best shot. Even if you are very tired, you don't want to analyze the test today, that is also fine. Analyze the test tomorrow, but ensure that you take the test. That is very important. Okay, let us look at some of the other questions, and after that we'll go to LRDI. Abhishek Goswami is saying, sir, any specific batch you have for VRC? We have a separate course for verbal comprehension, verbal ability and reading comprehension. Please do send a mail to support@cracku.in and we will get in touch with you. Okay, now let us look at LRDI. LRDI is again a topic that many people have a lot of difficulty. Now, it should not be difficult. It is basically some sort of a fear psychosis that people have. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go through CAT 2022 slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 in the same way that we have done for verbal. We'll look at the kind of sets that were asked. In slot 1, there was one set in 2D, 3D LR. The second set was on puzzles. It is like an arrangements kind of a puzzle. The third one was games and tournaments, and the fourth one was a DA based on Venn diagrams. This is as far as slot 1 is concerned. If you're looking at slot 2, the 4 LRDIs, one of them was again a puzzle based set, which is like an arrangement kind of a set. The second one was again a 2D, 3D LR. The third one was a Venn diagram set. And the fourth one was some special charts. There was a data interpretation set which had some special charts. You have to interpret the data based on the charts. Now, if you're looking at slot 3, there was one set on games and tournaments. There was another set on quant based LR. There was one set on puzzles. And again, one set on data interpretation or based on charts. If you're looking at it, there are a few types of LRDI sets which are very important, which I think you should definitely know. There is a good chance they will be asked, but again, because only 4 DI sets are asked, LRDI sets are asked, you can't be certain what will be asked in those 4. But it is always important that you know how to solve arrangements questions. What are arrangements questions? Arrangements questions will essentially be something like there are 5 students. All of them have to select one color, or maybe they're wearing a shirt of a particular color. They're wearing a trouser of a different color. All of them select one subject, and they have been given some clues, and maybe all of them are sitting around a table, a circular table. Now you are given some clues. The clues will be like, okay, Ajay is sitting opposite Vijay, and Vijay is sitting next to Sanjay, or some clues like this. And you are also told that, okay, the person who is wearing yellow shirt is sitting next to the person who is wearing red shirt, and the person who is wearing brown trouser is sitting exactly opposite the person who is wearing say pink shirt, something like this. And once you are given all of these clues, you are essentially required to calculate who is wearing what color shirt, who is wearing what color trouser, and which subject did they choose, and what is their relative position on the circular table. These kind of questions are called arrangements questions or puzzle type questions. Now, there is a simple trick to solve this kind of sets. I explain this in many of my video solutions, whether it is based on the dashcat video solutions or for the daily targets. I record the videos for LRDI, for dashcats as well as daily targets. And in many of the arrangement set, I always tell them one thing, that arrangements are not very difficult. You have to essentially reiterate through all the clues. Once you're given some clues, at the start, you don't know who is sitting where. You don't know what color shirt anybody is wearing. You don't know any of it. But once you go through the set of clues, when you're trying to mix and match, in the middle, in the 5th clue, you're told that Ajay is wearing a pink shirt. So you put down that beside Ajay, and in the shirt column, you put pink. Now, later on, or maybe in the 2nd clue, now you are told that, okay, the person who is wearing pink shirt is sitting opposite the person who is wearing brown trouser. Then you make that comparison that, okay, Ajay is wearing pink shirt, so the person who is sitting opposite Ajay is the one who is wearing brown shirt. And you continue to reiterate. Once you are done with all the clues, fill the table to the best of your abilities, then again continue reiterating, and in many of the cases, you are able to fill the entire table up. It is as simple as that. You have to be just focused and confident. If you are doing those things, an arrangement set in most of the cases will be solved. But if you have solved many of these arrangements before, it becomes much more easier, much more straightforward. So practice is important, but these are sets that should be solved. The second one is Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams is often asked. At least in alternate years it is asked. In the last 3-4 years, many sets have come in Venn diagrams. Even in CAT 2022, in 2 of the slots, a Venn diagrams question was asked. Venn diagrams again is a sure shot question, a sure shot answerable question. If you know how to represent the 4-set Venn diagram, then it is very easy to actually solve the set. It is just based on calculations. You should not make any mistake in adding and subtracting. Then you should get it. There will be mostly 3-digit additions and 3-digit subtractions. But if you're good at it, you should be able to get all the questions correct in the Venn diagram. Now, how do you represent a 4-parameter Venn diagram? In any of the videos, in any of the sets that I've done, you can look at it. You will get it, or Sally also has made many important concept videos, or you can just search on our YouTube channel, Cracku Venn diagram set. You will definitely get at least 1-2 sets that I have solved. Once you know how to solve, how to represent that 4-parameter Venn diagram, you will feel very confident. That is the second thing that you should know. The third thing is with respect to these charts. DI, simple data interpretation sets, are coming these days. It has come in CAT 2021, it has come in CAT 2022. So you should know how to interpret the bar charts, you should know how to interpret line charts, you should also know how to interpret spider webs. These are things which I think you should definitely know. Again, we have made very good concept videos on each one of them. Definitely do check it out. Lastly, I would recommend you to start solving Sudokus. Sudokus are definitely useful. There are many sets in DI, in LRDI, which are not exactly Sudokus, but solving Sudokus will definitely help you solve the set much faster. Because many times it so happens, these kind of questions can come in games and tournaments. These kind of questions can come in quant-based LRDIs. These kind of questions can come in table-based filling missing values in a table. What it essentially means is that you are told that, for example, there are 5 people and all of them have gotten different grades in 5 different subjects. And nobody got the same grade in any 2 subjects. This is essentially, they are not telling you that it's a Sudoku, but they are essentially making it look like a Sudoku. So somebody who solves this Sudoku regularly will be able to fill the table much faster. And that is an important skill, because the way your brain looks at a table will also change once you start solving Sudokus well. You don't need to become very good at it, but at least you should know how to solve easy level Sudokus fast. At least easy to medium level Sudokus, no need of very difficult hard Sudokus and all, that is not needed. But at least easy Sudokus, you should be able to solve quickly. That is again an important skill that you should have. This is as far as LRDI is concerned. Let me look at some of the questions, and after that we will be looking at quant section. What are the important topics in quant? Let me look at, take some of the questions. We have close to 60 people who are watching this stream live, guys. I do hope all of you have liked the stream. We have 47 likes. Let us at least get to 60 likes, people. Please do like the stream. And if you have any issue, please do let me know. If you have any doubts, please ask us. Naveen Kumar is saying, I have enrolled to CAT mock series and I want to upgrade to Complete Cracku. Will it be useful for my preparation? In my opinion, Complete Cracku is one of the best resource that anybody can have when they're preparing for CAT. That is actually that belief is reinforced recently when so many people of ours have converted into I'm Bangalore, I'm Kolkata, I'm Ahmedabad, like I mentioned earlier. And many of these guys actually messaged us saying that the videos of that Siley has made, concept videos, helped them quite a lot. So many people have messaged us that, that again, like I told you, it feels so good. Where you feel that, okay, these are hardworking people, they were looking for some direction and we provided some direction. They put in the hard work. We just provided the direction. We gave them good resources. That's the only thing that we have done. The entire effort, drive, all of that was there on their part. And we feel that on some level, that is very satisfying. So for your, the answer to your question is, in my opinion, Complete Cracku will be very useful. One of the other things that these guys have mentioned is that in Complete Cracku, we give you a schedule. So many of these guys, like I told you, they want to put in the effort, they're looking for good material, and they're also looking for a schedule. They want to know on a particular day what should be studied. So in Complete Cracku, every day we give you a schedule. Every day we tell you, okay, on this particular day, these are the videos that we want you to watch. These are the questions that we want you to solve. On weekends, we tell you, okay, this is the mock that we want you to take. And on this day, we want you to analyze this mock. So when we are giving this direction, very clear-cut, crisp direction, and you just stick to it, then you realize that you are completing the entire portion. You will finish the entire portion by say around August or so, and then you are left with 2-3 months where you can prepare quite a lot. You can practice quite a lot. You can take a lot of mocks. So in my opinion, it is very, very useful. Okay, let me look at some of the questions, and after that we'll look at quant. Creative Creations is asking, does 6 months is enough for CAT preparation? 6 months I think is good time for you to start preparing seriously for CAT. This is a good time, start preparing well. Ideally, I would think if you are really focused, if you have around 8 months, that is good. But 6 months also is not bad. 6 months, if you make good use and if you are really so serious and focused, you can make a very big difference in these 6 months. Shubham Upadhyay is saying, sir, DLR is becoming very hard for me. Every time I give sectional, I am not able to solve a single LOD level 2 set. How should I manage this? Don't worry. The thing is, you should also build your confidence. How will you build confidence? If you are very worried and very paranoid, many people, when they look at a set which looks slightly difficult or slightly new, they freeze. They feel that, okay, I can't solve this set. I'm looking for only easy sets. And maybe they find one easy set, they solve it in 10 minutes. And after that, they're just panicking. Now, if you avoid that panic, if you avoid that nervousness, you will be able to do better. But how can you actually build that confidence? You can build that confidence only through practice, because you can cheat anybody, but you can't cheat yourself. So if you say have taken many sectionals, if you have solved every day, suppose you're solving 2 LRD assets. So you have 6 months left, that is 180 days. Into 2 is 360, towards then you'll solve probably more. So overall, let us assume that you have solved 500 LRD assets by the time of CAT. This is putting in real effort, okay? This is not going to be easy, although it is not very difficult to solve 2 LRD assets every day, but the key word is consistency. So if you're consistently solving 2-3 LRD assets every single day, it might take more time. You might not be able to solve it in the time that is given, but you take more time. Instead of 10 minutes, you're taking 15 minutes, you're taking 20 minutes, but you're solving it. Now, on the day of the examination, how confident will you feel? You know that on the day of the examination, when you go into that room, you know that across everybody over here, you have solved more LRD assets. You know that. You know that you have solved diverse variety of LRD assets. Every time you're not getting a LRD asset correct, you're looking at the video solution. Once you have this kind of a confidence, on the day of the examination, I'm sure you're going to do it. But for that, you have to put in real hard work, putting in consistent real hard work. So don't worry if as of now, you're not able to solve level 2 LRD assets. Just take more time and try to solve it on your own. That is very important, because if you put in that good effort, even if you're not able to solve the set, that is okay. Then you look at the solution after 30 minutes of trying. But for 30 minutes, put in full effort, full focused effort, not any passive effort. Many people, sometimes I don't like it, many people just sit in front of a set, but are not mentally thinking about solving it. That is passive. You have to try to attack it full focused with all your mental ability for say 30 minutes, and then you're not getting it's fine. Then you look at the solution. Do it consistently for say 3-4 weeks. Then suddenly you'll feel that you're not that bad at LRD. Suddenly you'll start feeling that I'm actually getting quite good at it, and you'll also start feeling very confident. Okay guys, we have more than 60 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream, guys. Let us try to get to at least say 80 likes before the stream ends. Now let us look at quant. Can anybody tell me what are the important topics in quant? This I think many people really know, but I want you to answer it. Then again, we'll go through slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 of CAT 2022 based on topics. Divya is asking, on an average, how much and what should I study on a day-to-day basis? On a daily basis, I would recommend you to put in say 2 hours effort every day. This is what I would recommend you to do from now till CAT. Towards the end, maybe from say September, October, I would recommend you to put in more effort. But as of now, May, June, July, 2 hours is sufficient. From August, maybe try to put in 3 hours and slowly try to increase it as the exam comes closer. Don't go all out right now because you'll get burnt out. But it is important that you do consistent effort. Consistently, you should start preparing. Okay. In CAT 2022, in slot 1, the number of questions from arithmetic was 9. 9 out of the 22 questions were in arithmetic in slot 1. In geometry, we had 3 questions. In algebra, which is quadratic equations, progressions, linear equations, we had 4 questions. In modern math, which is functions, logarithms, surds, probability, we had 4 questions. We had 1 question from number system, 1 question from Venn diagrams. This is in slot 1. Clearly, as you can imagine, the bulk of the questions are coming from arithmetic. So it is important that it is of paramount importance that you are actually good at arithmetic. What are the different types of questions, topics that are there in arithmetic? Anything which is related to average, ratio and proportion, anything that is related to profit, loss and interest, or percentages, or time, speed and distance. These are topics which come in arithmetic. And in arithmetic, more than 40% of the questions are from arithmetic in slot 1 last year. In slot 2, there were 8 questions out of 22 from arithmetic. In slot 3, again, there were 9 questions out of 22 from arithmetic. So as you can imagine, around 40% of the questions are from arithmetic in all the 3 slots. The second most important topic is algebra. Algebra is something like say linear equations, quadratic equations, those kind of things. And 4 questions in slot 1 were from algebra, 6 questions in slot 2 were from algebra, 6 questions from slot 3 were from algebra. That is roughly 25% of the questions are from algebra, 40% of the questions are from arithmetic. The third most important topic in my opinion is geometry. Slot 1 had 3 questions, slot 2 had 3 questions, slot 2 and slot 3, all of them had 3 questions. 3 is I think roughly around say 15%. So 40% arithmetic, which is time, speed, distance, ratio, proportion, averages, simple interest, all of this is arithmetic. 40% will come from that. 20-25% will come from algebra, which is linear equations, quadratic equations, polynomials, sometimes even say progressions. Around 25% will come from algebra. The third one is geometry. Geometry, you will get around say 15% of the questions. That is 3 questions out of 22, mostly will be from geometry. Geometry can be divided into 2 separate parts. One is 3D geometry, which is that you are given a ball, you are asked to calculate its volume. It's a spherical ball, you have to calculate its total surface area. The other one is 2D geometry, which will involve circles, tangents, triangles, squares. All of this is 2D geometry. Both of them are not very difficult. Many of them are actually formula based, especially the 3D geometry or solids. If you know the formula for total surface area of cone, cylinder, sphere, all of this, cuboid, and if you know the formulas for volumes, most of the cases you will be able to get it correct. It is not very difficult, and you will mostly get it with 100% accuracy if you just know hardly around say 10 to 12 formulas and how to apply them. 2D geometry will have, that is circles, triangles, all of them probably will have more formulas, but again with practice you will be able to solve the question. It is not very difficult. The reason for that is because even if there are more formulas in 2D geometry, you can solve the question using in 2-3 different ways. So even if you don't know a particular formula, that will not impact you quite a lot, because you can still answer it using a different formula. It might be slightly lengthier, but you will be able to get it. The next important topic is modern math. Modern math will be logarithms, functions, probability, combinatorics. In my opinion, logarithms is a very easy topic. Many people for some reason are paranoid about it because of the symbols that are there, because they don't really know what it means, but logarithms is very easy. If you spend one day on logarithms, you will suddenly realize that it is actually one of the easiest topics. So definitely don't miss out on it, because even if one question comes in logarithms and if you get it correct, those 3 marks will be again very, very valuable. The reason I'm stressing on this is because I believe logarithms is very easy. There are hardly 3-4 formulas, and those formulas are also very easy formulas. They are not very difficult, and you will know immediately which formula to use. So don't miss out on logarithms. It's a very easy topic. Just spend one day on it. Just let that fear get away, and then you will get that question correct. And many times at least one question is asked in logarithms. Finally, topics which in my opinion are not important is number systems. In all the 3 slots, one question was asked, but number systems is a very, very big topic. There are many formulas in it. If you're just looking at the remainder theorems, there are like say 5-6 remainder theorems. But try to do the basics of number systems. Basics will be about HCF, that is highest common factor of a few numbers, LCM, which is the least common multiple. Try to understand the formulas for the number of factors of a number, maybe the sum of the factors of a particular number. Just the basics of number system, I think if you know, because if you get a very easy topic, very easy question from any topic, you should be able to answer it. So it is possible that the question that is coming from number systems can also be easy. So don't miss out on very easy topics. Now, don't miss out on very easy questions. So that is the reason I would again recommend that you spend maybe a day or two on number systems also, so that if it is a very easy question, you at least get it correct. This is with respect to the topics in quant. Let me now look at a few answers, and after that we'll end the stream. Vikas Gangwar is saying, hello sir, I started reading actively as advised by ma'am, and it has benefited me so much in my accuracy, but it takes so much time. What to do about it? Put in the effort, Vikas. That is all that I can say. If it is benefiting you, don't cut corners. If it is benefiting you, remember that 1 year from now, if you get into a very good institute, you will feel so happy that you have put in the effort right now. And like I told you, when somebody messages me that they have got into IIMA Ahmedabad, I know that they are very happy, but probably they don't really know how much their life has changed. They are just feeling that they are getting adulation from everywhere, which is good, but the career opportunities that have suddenly opened up to them, in my opinion, they also don't know it yet. So that much of a difference is actually made by getting into a very good institute. So put in the effort. It is definitely worth your time if you put in that effort. Okay, guys, let me take one last question before we end the stream today. Please do like the stream, guys. We have more than 50 people who are watching the stream live today. I want to get to at least 80 likes. We have 74 likes. We just need 6 more likes. Please do like the stream. Harshvardhan Singh is saying, sir, how many sets we should solve daily from LRDA study room? First, ensure that you are clearing off all the assignments that are given in the Cracku batch. Every day, if you are enrolled to any of the Cracku batch, we give you a list of videos to watch, list of questions you have to solve. Ensure that that is given the priority. Once you're done with all the tasks that are assigned for the day, try to solve 1 or 2 LRDA sets. That should be sufficient. If you're getting more time, if you are really driven, then I would recommend you to solve consistently, say 2 or 3 LRDA sets every single day. That is basically, the questions in Cracku study room are also terrific. They're very, very good LRDA sets, diverse LRDA sets. So try to make time to solve say 2-3 LRDA sets. But again, ensure that the priority is given to the Cracku batch tasks. The batch tasks are very important because I want you to complete the entire portion, not have any misgivings on any topic. So ensure that you are covering the batch tasks regularly. And if you are finding time, maybe solve 2-3 LRDA sets every day. Harshit Dubey is saying, sir, I'm a Cracku premium student. How much quant question should I solve on a daily basis? It depends on how well you are doing in quant. If you're already doing very well, then don't spend too much time on it. That is another mistake that many people actually make. If they're actually doing well in quant, then focus on the low hanging fruits. Focus on verbal, focus on LRDA. If you're not doing well in quants, then again, spend time on quants. I would recommend you to first finish the portion in quant. So again, stick to the Cracku batch tasks. Once you're done with it, go through the formulas. We have provided a Cracku formula book for all our premium students, for our complete Cracku students. So go through the formula books and after that start solving questions. Maybe you can take one test in one topic every day and focus again largely on arithmetic, algebra and geometry. Maybe you can take one test in arithmetic one day, next day geometry, next day algebra, and keep reiterating through all of this. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in.